Hi, everybody. It's Jason Mefford. I just want to give you a little flavor of how best to use study questions when you're studying for the CIA exam. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this up is I talk to a lot of people and I hear a lot of them just wanting to go through study questions. And so they'll just go through hundreds and hundreds of study questions. They'll just focus their time on trying to figure out what the right answer is, and they'll go back and back and back to the questions. Now, let me kind of pause you here because if you're someone who has been doing that, I want to warn you because there's a couple of things that you need to be concerned about if that's how you're choosing to study. First thing, those questions will not be on your exam. All of the questions that are out in the different study materials are questions that are no longer used on the exam. Now, they do represent kind of typical how the questions are done, but first off, they're not going to be on your exam. The second thing is when someone just studies and practices the same questions over and over again, what ends up happening is you start to learn what the correct answers are. And so the more you quiz yourself using those questions, your ability to get the answers correct is going to increase. And so again, because you're doing the same questions over and over again, you start to learn what the correct answers are for those particular questions. Now, here's where the danger comes in is you may not even realize you're doing that, but I've talked with many people who have scored 90 or 95% on practice exams using the questions. Then they go and take the CIA exam and they don't pass. And they're very confused as to why, when they were getting a 90 or 95% on the questions, were they not able to pass the exam. And here's the reason. Again, you got overconfident because you were answering the same questions over and over again until you learned or memorized what the correct answer is. Here's the better way to use questions when you're studying. It's better for you to go ahead and study the topics, read the book, watch videos. If you take a course like my Mefford CIA course that has videos, video lectures along with it, so that you're reading, you're watching the videos, you're actually learning and understanding the concepts. Because the CIA exam is not a memorization test. Most of the questions, you have to actually understand the concepts and be able to apply them. It's not just memorization. So you go through, you study until you feel like you're confident in that particular part of the exam. Then you take some practice questions to test how well you understand those particular topics. Now, if on your practice exam you score an 80 or 90%, you've probably studied that topic enough and actually understand it well enough that it's time for you to move on to the next topic. Go to the next topic, do the same thing. Read the book, watch the videos, go back and forth until you feel like you understand the information. Then take another sample quiz on that particular topic area. If you only score a 60%, then you probably don't understand the information well enough. Go back and study that information again. But if you're scoring an 80% or better, then again, you probably understand that part of the material, and it's time for you to move on to the next topic. So anyway, that's my message this week. Hope that's helpful for you. And again, I don't want you to get caught in that trap of just trying to study the practice questions, because I rarely find anyone who is successful in passing the exam if that's their strategy for studying. So take care and happy studying.